got tied up on a call. Sometimes I connect with other people and it is so exciting. Literally, time flies and I'm just like, oh, how did this time go by so fast? So I apologize. About 30 minutes behind here, but I hope you guys like to watch these on the replay anyway. So today we're going to talk about holding yourself accountable. So one of the things that I failed to do as a leader when I was coming up in the organization was hold myself accountable. There were periods of time that I was good at it, but I wasn't consistently holding myself accountable, and therefore I didn't hold my teams accountable. So now when I'm working with my downline, and before you even start working with a downline, you should be doing this for yourself. I set accountability calls or checkpoints. And it's not because I'm their boss, and it's not because I'm telling them what to do. It is, how can I help hold you accountable for reaching the goal that you set out using the plan that you came up with? And so you have to lead yourself first. So if you're not holding yourself accountable, if you're saying, oh, I'm going to work my business 2 hours a day, 7 days a week for 14 hours total, and I'm going to have a goal of this many, engagements, this many reach outs, this many business conversations, this many, activities per day, and you're not tracking them and you're not holding yourself accountable, then your team won't, and you'll have no way to help them be accountable to their goals either. So now holding myself accountable looks like tracking my business activities. And on the last call, I talked about what you should track depending on your goal. So holding yourself accountable looks like actually tracking those, like actually writing those down. Here, let me show you an idea. I'm like tracking what I'm doing, REAP, every day on my productivity planner, which, by the way, I'm putting this together and I think I'm going to release it for you guys. It follows my DMO and has line by line where you can set work hours and you can plug your life into it. So I'm a planner snob, so I came up with my own. So I may be putting that together for you guys. I'm tweaking it. I've been using it for a while. I just want to make sure. I wanted it to be ready for January 1st, but I need to use it. But you can just track income. You can track your volume. You track your number of friends. And then it's got your DMO, REAP, for every day. And then a line for your posts, so you can pre-plan those. So far, I'm just going to tweak it here and there. I think I need to, make the line smaller or something like that. But I print that out every day the night before and I plan it. And then I stick to that, if it runs over here and there like it did today. How far off base am I? I can follow it. And then I have a little smiley face or frowny face where I say, did I get my shit done? And that's how so I send what I'm tracking to my coach. And I ask my team to send what they're tracking to me. And that's not so that I can say you did something wrong or you're falling short. That's so you can say to yourself, I set a goal for myself. I made a plan for myself to reach that goal. And I am letting myself down because I'm not doing what I said I was going to do. Sometimes the plan needs to change. So, every 3 days or every 5 days, you need to be connecting with your upline or your coach to go over what you've been tracking. Do we need to change the message? Do we need to change the frequency? Do we need to change the point of contact? Do we need to change something that we're doing to get a different outcome? Because your coach knows that over time, if you do this many things, I'm trying not to put my thumb up, if we do this many things, that you should get this much outcome. Generally speaking, we call that a conversion rate in sales. And so once you know your conversion rate, like how many conversations do I need to have to get how many customers, and how many customers do I need to have to generate how many volume points, and how many volume points do I need to have to generate so many income. And then you can say, if I want X income, I can back into the number of business conversations I need to have per day, and then you can track that. So you don't have anything to track if you don't have a goal, and then a plan, and then activities that you're doing daily as part of the plan, and then you track those, but you track them and then send them to somebody who you've said, Here's what I'm going to do every day, and let them help you be accountable. It's just like when you get an accountability partner for losing weight. You know, when you say, we're going to work together, you know, it doesn't feel good when you say you're going to go to the gym 5 days a week and you only went 3. Doesn't feel good when you say you're going to, you know, no soda or alcohol for 30 days and then you have it. Doesn't feel good. But if you're not sending that to anybody, nobody knows. So if you are your own accountability partner, that's the first mistake. The first thing you need to say is, here's a goal, and it should be a stretch goal. So I know some people who they set a goal that's super easy to stick to, because then they can send their activities because they know they're going to do them anyway. Like, this is funny, you know, like, so I'm Catholic. So during Lent, we give up something, you know, during Lent. And so to be funny, you know, I would tell my husband, I'm giving up sex. So you don't give up something that you're already kind of doing without. Not saying that I'm doing without that. I would do that to like make him sweat. But if you're like giving up chocolate and you never eat chocolate anyway, that's not a stretch. So same thing in your business. If you're setting a goal that's not a stretch goal, if you're setting a goal, like I'm going to ask one person about my business every day and you already do that, that's not a goal. Like you're already doing that. The results that it's getting, not making you happy. You've identified that you want to move forward. You want to rank up, earn a trip, create more income, get more followers, whatever your goal is for that 30 days. Set a goal of activities that can be tracked that's more than what you're already doing. So if I have somebody making $1,000 a month and they've been sending me their DMO and tracking what they're doing every day, and they tell me they want to make $2,000 a month, I can tell them exactly where in their daily activities they need to double up to get that money. If they weren't sending me those all the time, I would have no idea where to start. We would have to literally start tracking before we could decide, here's for you where you need to double up on your activities to create that double income. And once you've set a 30-day goal, you don't want to spend the next 30 days tracking to get data to know what you should be doing. You want to get busy doing what you need to do to reach your goal, right? So setting those 30-day chunk goals, like 30, 60, 90 days, but you're looking at them every 3 days or every 5 days or every 7 days, depending on where you are in your business. You're looking at them with a coach. You are sending your daily activities to somebody and saying, I committed to doing 25 business or 25 friend requests a day. I've committed to doing 25 engagements a day to keep my algorithm high. I've committed to doing 5 business asks every single day. I've committed to posting on my Facebook this many times a day, my Instagram this many times, like whatever you want to track that's already tied to your goal, send that to somebody. Because if you're not writing it down and you're not sending it to somebody, the chances of you even making that goal are pretty slim, and nobody can help you change the goal if you're not on track to reach it. So if I see somebody veering off a little bit, I can say, ooh, here's what we need to do. And if they stop sending me their daily activities, I know they're not really that interested in meeting that goal. It's not really that important to them. And that's when, as a coach, I know we need to go talk about their why. And I talked about this the first week of January. Let's revisit your why. Like, you have set this goal for yourself. You came up with a plan to meet the goal. These activities I'm going to do. You said you were going to send them to me every day. You stopped doing that. You're not anywhere near the goal. Let's talk about why. Why are you doing this? Why did you come to this business? Why did you get into direct sales? What are you working for every day? And then that's what you're letting down. So this is where it's super important to pick the right why, right? So is it I want to work for myself? I want to work for myself. I want to retire my boss. Or is it my child doesn't need to be left alone in a daycare that I'm fearful that they're not actually watching him every day? Same outcome. I leave my full-time job. This why, which is I want to fire my boss, good to have. If I don't do my activities every day, I don't send them to my upline. I don't follow through with what I said I was going to do. No big deal. The other one, I don't want to leave my child in daycare because I'm afraid they're not watching him closely. That one I get up for. That one I do my activities every day, even if I don't want to. That one I send to my coach. Same outcome, but a bigger why, a more important why. And now I'm going to hold myself accountable because that's a big deal. And a lot of times we'll let ourselves down before we'll let our family down. So if you need to tie your family to your why, then do that. If you need to tie anything to your why to make sure that you're actually following through, then do that. But hold yourself accountable. Hold your team accountable. So it's no more, oh my gosh, yeah, life gets hard. I know it got hard for me. It's, you didn't do any of your DMO for the last 7 days. How's that working out for you? Is that the outcome you want? Let's go back to your why. How much longer do you want your child to stay in that daycare where you're afraid for him every day? What do you want to do different in the next 7 days to get closer to being able to bring him home and be home with him full time? That's it. Like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not telling anybody they're doing anything right or wrong. It's just, what do you really want? How really important is it to you to have that thing? What have you said you're going to do for yourself and your business? And let's talk about why you're not doing that. That's an accountability call. It is, I am just helping you hold yourself accountable. You don't have to be accountable to me. You don't have to be accountable to your coach. You are accountable to yourself. And there's just somebody there guiding you, cheering you on, and helping to put your why back in front of your face when you are not stepping up for yourself the way you said that you would. So that's what it is. It is, why didn't you do this thing for yourself that you said you were going to do? Why? Why don't you feel like you deserve that? Why don't you feel like your family deserves that? Why do you think that's okay to do without when the beginning of the month it was super important? Maybe the why has changed. So the accountability call is a non-negotiable. If you're a leader, you should be holding yourself accountable way before you start trying to lead other people. And so I ask you, how accountable do you feel like you are to your daily action plan that you've put together to get to the goal that you're looking to get to in the next 30 days? How accountable are you to that? That's my question for you guys today. Hope you love that. Come back on next Tuesday. I'm going to get back. I will be in Provo doing a training for my social media boot camp. And I will be training there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm coming in on Wednesday. So I'm going to pre-record the Thursday one and just have it automatically scheduled to be dropped into this training for Thursday at 10 a.m. So it won't be live. It'll be a pre-recorded Zoom that I'll do. And then I will see you guys again. I'll see you on Tuesday. And then I'll see you guys again when I get back. I got a bunch of travel coming up. Travel was my why, just for fun, was my fun why. And so I'm going to Provo this week. I'm going on our success trip that I earned in March. In April, I'm going on a cruise, taking my girls, and then I'm going to Canada to do a social media boot camp in Canada for my Canadian team. And let me tell you, if you're in Canada and you want to talk to me, I think I'll be in Halifax is where we're planning. I'd love to meet with you in person and talk to you about why you're not, meeting your goals or happy where you are or struggling, because I'll be there. So that would be cool to meet with a couple of you face to face. I love meeting people in person. But I will be there in April. And then all of a sudden it'll be summer. Like the year's going to go by so fast. So see you guys next week, and be thinking about your goals, be thinking about your why, be thinking about how you're going to hold yourself accountable. Bye, y'all.